First, can you all see the document, what I'm sharing? First, let me tell you what is the scope. Scope means it is the range or the existence of the value. Existence of value in a variable. Within a block or a function. Either it may be a main function or sub function. Any user defined function or any main function. So simply saying, I'll show you with the program. We have declared here we have declared the variables a, b, and pointer. So the scope of these variables are within the main function. Here we have only a single function, that is main. So the scope of these variables, which are a, b, and pointer, are within the main function. So we have opened here the floor brace and it is closed here. Within this block, it can be accessed. That is called a scope. Are you clear with that concept? Now I want to show you how it differs actually in the program. So I'm taking a variable. I'm asking the user to enter a value. Where do we write a function? In the global section. So here directly I'm going to define a function. I'm returning nothing, so the return type is void, but I'm taking a parameter from the main function that is of type integer. I'm taking the same integer value a, identifier name is same. Here I want to call that function. I'm passing the value of a. Prior to that, I want to print the address of a and the value of a. How do we print an address? Using the format specifier %p. This is inside main function. Can you all see the program code? Is it visible to everyone?
Yes.
Now I'm passing the same value to a function called function1, and I will write one more function, that is function2. I'll pass the same value of a. This is function2, and the identifier is same again a. I'm not going to change. So this is inside first function. This is inside second function. So let us observe what are the addresses and what are the values. Can anyone guess what will be the output here in this scenario? Let us consider the A value be some 10. What will be the output? You can take a guess, no problem, if you are wrong. Just give me some value of A.
5.
So, okay, I'm entering 4. Now observe. Now this would be better. See the output once. Can you see the output screen?
Yes.
Yeah, observe the address. The value we have entered is 4. The same value is passed to all the functions. In the program code, from main function I'm passing the value of A, that is 4. That is passed to the function 1 and the function 2. You can see all the 3 values are same. All of you mute your mics. When you have doubt, you can unmute and ask me. The address inside the main function is, just observe the last 4 characters, 40F64 in the main function. But when it comes to the sub functions, that is what we have written user defined functions, that is different. The address is different. Did you all observe it? This is called as the scope and the different addresses in different functions. In main function, yesterday I have shown you with example of Excel sheet. I have explained you in that Excel sheet how the addresses are different. Similarly, here also, at the bottom of the program, I'm going to explain. In the main function, we have address of A as, I'm going to write only last digits. This is the address. I'm passing the value of this A to another function, but not the address. Yesterday we have seen we can pass also the address, but I'm passing the value, that is 4. Value of A is 4. I'm passing this value. In subfunction, that is function 1, we have created a new variable as parameter in the parameter itself, that is here. Maybe the identifier name is same in the main program and in the subfunction, that is A, but the memory which is allocated will be new. So a new memory is allocated in the subfunctions, that is 40F4C. This is hexadecimal format. So the address which is allocated for A in the main program is different and in the subprogram is different. You can clearly observe in the output. But the values are same because I'm passing the same values every time. So this is the main difference. You should not confuse with this. As the in online exams they may ask such type of questions. So we are passing the same variable name with the same variable name and the same value. You are taking in the function also the same identifier name. What is the address in the sub functions means it will be different, it will not be the same. Remember this point. Next I want to tell you about, we have seen strings in the previous classes. Strings are nothing but sequence of characters, that means it is an array simply. So now, how the pointers play a key role in arrays? Let's see that. Let me take one integer array and one character array. I'm going to define the value statically. And this is the character array. Okay, let me take this value from the user. As we are taking string, I'm using %s that will be stored in B. Now, what I want to show you is, as you all know, we print an element from an array. I want to print an integer array. So index starts from 0. If I want to access a third element, that index will be a of 2, isn't it? If I want to access the last one, that is the array length is 5. So it starts from 0 and length minus 1. Length minus 1 is 5 minus 1, that is 4. In the similar way, this is integer array and this is character array. For character array, we use for each and every single character, it is %c. And the array identifier is B. So this is the way of printing normally. Now how pointers play their role in the arrays. I'll show you that also. First let us check this output. I hope you can see both program and output now. I have put ampersand symbol, that is I'm printing address. We have to print the values. So already the integer arrays we have statical values. It is asking me to enter a string. I'm going to enter a simple. If we put slash n, then we can get the output very clearly. We can see it clearly. Now you can see the output. Integer array we have printed index 3 and the last index, that is 3 and 5. Similarly, in the string hello, the third character is L, so it got printed, and the last character is O. Can you all observe this printing or retrieving the characters? I have done by using only normal arrays. Now how pointers will involve in this scenario is, I'm going to write in the program code. That is using the pointers in int array is the same percentile d we use, but the change comes here. There we have mentioned a of 2, but what can we write instead of that? Can anyone tell me? By using pointers, a of 2 means we are accessing the index 2 of array A. How can we write that using pointers?
PTR of A of 2.
I didn't declare any pointer here actually, like PTR.
Uh,
I'm asking you that yesterday I have told you we can switch between the next address, one address to next address. Okay, I'll tell you once again here. Let us consider the address of a array address star. Let us consider we have, anyway we have declared a of 5, that is 5 elements are in continuous memory allocation. They are allocated in the continuous memory space. So the first address is 1000, then what will be the next address? As it is integer, each integer occupies 4 bits, so 1004, 1008,
8.
1012, isn't it? So
Yes.
now I didn't declare any pointer, but I am applying the pointer concept in the arrays. Now this is the index 0. Okay, I will put it here. This is the index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3 and index 4. So that these are the 5 elements. Now the value present here is 1. Here is 2, 3, 4 and 5. Statically I have given these values. These are the indexes, and these thousands are the addresses in the RAM, and these are the values which I have given statically. Using array concept, I can go to the particular index by like this, a of 2 and a of 4. I have shown you like this. To access a particular index, we will write like this. But using pointers, how can we do the similar thing? That's what my question.
Star A of 2. Star.
Yeah, star.
Star A of 2.
Star A of 2. That means you are telling star A of 2. Is this you are telling?
Yes.
Okay, let's check with that one once, and I will show you. Okay, using pointers. Can you see the program code and output? You are telling star a of 2, comma star a of 4 if you want to access index 4. Once let's run this program and let's see what happens. We are getting errors. Invalid type argument, because that is not an that array is an integer array. We cannot put asterisk symbol there. So what can we write there is asterisk is okay, fine. Now here I am going to write a plus 2. I will show you the output, then I will explain you why I have written in that way. And a plus 4. In the similar fashion, I can print character array also. Instead of b of 2, what can we write now? Asterisk of
B plus 2.
b plus 2, right? You came to know how to write, but I will explain you why we are writing like that also. B plus 4. Now let's see the output. We didn't get any errors, and the value is a value. I mean, this, we have to enter string value here. See, did we get the same using pointers also? Using arrays, the first
Yeah.
output is the first 2 lines of the output is using arrays. I didn't put array sentence there, but that is a normal output using arrays. Pointers in int array. I have used pointers in int array. We got same 3 comma 5. That is at index position, third element and last element. In the similar way, I have entered C language as input. The third character is A and the last character is G. So using pointers, that is not we are directly using pointers here. This is the concept of addressing actually. What is a pointer? Yesterday we have discussed. It stores the address of another variable. So that addressing concept we have used. Not we did not define any pointer variable here. We have used asterisk of a plus 2. This asterisk is used to, yesterday I have mentioned that why we use an asterisk symbol before a pointer. What is the reason behind it? Why we use an asterisk symbol?
To know the address value.
To know the,
Address value.
not address value, to know the value which is residing, which is present in that address. I hope your intention is also that, but that sentence is not proper. ఆ అడ్రస్ లోపల ఉన్న వాల్యూని రిట్రీవ్ చేయడానికి we use asterisk symbol. To know just address, I will show you that also. To know only address, we will use in the normal way of printf. What we will do for address? Percentage
P.
P, and we have to put ampersand symbols here, isn't it?
Yes.
This is the normal way of doing. But for pointers, pointer itself is an address, so no need of putting any ampersand. Am I right?
Yeah.
So okay, sorry, I will show you with 2 more statements. So here I'm not putting ampersands, I'm just removing the asterisks before it, because b plus 2, b plus 4 itself they are addresses. To obtain values at that point of address we are putting asterisk. So I'm putting address. Now let's check that one. After this you will be more clear with that. Percentile P. Okay, I did not change here. Here also we are printing addresses, so we have to put percentile P in the pointer scenario also. Now you can see that the same value what I have entered 3, 5 and AG. The address of integer array is integer array at third index and the last index. See, in between there is only one index. So the last you can see the last values 348, and I'm accessing after a of 2 I'm accessing a of 4. So in between 349 will be their address. Can you see? And the last one is 350. Similarly, for character also, 365, in between 366 will be there. I did not print that address. You can see in the program, I have printed B of 2 and B of 4. So 367. In the similar way, for printing an address using normal way, we used ampersand. You can see in the program. But for pointers, I'm highlighting here. How did you print the address? You did not put any ampersand. Simply if you go to the variable name, that is identifier, and I have incremented with the index. So I got the address. Here also you can observe it is 348 and 350. Because the addresses will be the same because I'm using the same arrays, but the naming convention is different. That's it. I hope you are clear with this.
Yes.
When we write, so I will tell I told you that why we have to write this a plus 2, isn't it?
A stores the base address and plus 2
Yes,
for integer.
yes, that's what happens there. Did you all understand what Rashmita said? Okay, see this example here. A has the base value and base address as 1000, let us consider. Then we are accessing using an array A of 2. Then what happens is internally for 1000 it adds 8 bytes. So address will become as 1008. The same way, A stores the base address as you said just now. So what I'm doing, I'm simply what the internal process has been happening here 1000 plus 8. So A contains the value of 1000. So I'm adding plus 2 here. 2 means what? 2 into 4 again, because each integer occupies 4 bytes. That is equivalent to again 1008. So this is the address we obtained here. So that's why we are putting an asterisk before a plus 2. So a plus 2 contains 1000. So when we put asterisk, so when we put asterisk before that, this is what the representation is. So the value at this 1008 will be retrieved. So this is a different type of representation. I hope it is clear now. Did everyone understand or still any doubts regarding the addresses and how to reach particular index using asterisk and pointers concept? Actually, we have more 5 minutes only, but we are left with two more topics. So I want to explain one more concept here. I want to pass the, now just here we have just passed only normal variables. I want to show you how to pass a parameter of a pointer. Let us take a pointer as B. I'm assigning B. I'm taking the value of B as address of A. Address of A I'm assigning to B. I hope it is clear. Now I'm passing. I'll take only. Okay, let me take two functions. No problem. I'm passing the parameter. The identifier name is B. Here also the same. When we pass a pointer as a parameter, it is no need to mention star B again. Only the name of the pointer is enough. But to take, when we take as a parameter, see the second line of the program, we need to take it as a pointer. Pointer B. Pointer B. So here the value is I want to increment the value here. Yesterday you have seen how to increment the value. We have to put asterisk, and variable name inside the bracket in order to increment the value within the variable, not the address. If you do not put that parenthesis, the address gets incremented. That we have discussed yesterday very clearly. So here I'm incrementing the values. After incrementing, I want to print in the main function I'm just putting after all. The value of A I am printing here. If the session ends suddenly, you join using the same link again. Now you can see the output. I'm going to enter the value of A as 10. Now if you see inside the main function, okay, leave about the address, the value is 10. So inside the first function also the value is 10. Why the value is 10? I have differentiated you very clearly with post increment and pre increment. Here in the first function I have applied post increment. That means the value which is incremented will not reflect immediately. So still the value is 10. Next, it will be reflected in the next function. Inside the second function, the value is 11. There also I have applied again post increment. So 11 will be incremented to 12. After all, it is 12. Inside the main function, that is, inside the main function I have printed a value.